Oh, wait. I, I didn't even start. I'm an idiot. Okay, but hello. I thought it over and realized that talking about alignment are boring to talk about, but great in games and campaigns. Everything in this game revolves around alignments, and that includes today's topic, which is mythic paths. There are a total of 10 mythic paths, and all of them besides one can be played as true neutral, but that doesn't mean you won't get looks depending on what you play as. First path we'll be talking about is a path I beat the game on, which is the Azada path, which follows a chaotic good alignment. Imagine you are a whimsical fae that protects against evil. As benefits is that you get a companion, which I will not explain what it is going to be because of spoilers. There are summons available to you in a good amount of songs above your companion. With Azada it is like you took a few levels in Bard, which is great because of all the good buffs. There is also a visual change that happens with most of the mythical paths, so you have to factor that in when you choose your path. Like the Zada, since the path quests were fun and refreshing and met a lot of interesting NPCs, I also got into some trouble because of it. But the allies were worth it. I have only played 2 other mythic paths out of the 10, which is sad because I believed I only beat the game with 2 because of how long the game is. The second mythic path I am going to talk about is the Aeon path, which encompasses the truth. In order to play Aeon path, you have to be under the lawful alignment banner, which it doesn't matter if you're evil, good, or neutral. There's also the mythic path that leads into another path, but I'll talk about that in a bit. With this path, you are able to see things people want to hide because you are basically a judge. Sad thing is, if you continue with the path, you lose a pretty good companion. The judge can see all. With this path, you get a good amount of immunities and a lot of gaze abilities, which you can give buffs and debuffs. I like the path when playing it, since RP wise, it is great to be able to judge all that you come against, which works perfectly with this game story wise. The last of the 3 mythic paths that I played also is the path that ties in with the Aeon path, and that is the Devil path. Another demonic path in this list, which it's a demon mythic path, but it couldn't be any different. I also just read that you can be Azada and get the Devil mythic path. Depending on the path you choose, you meet a different person that can lead you down the path towards the devil, and you have to be lawful evil to be a devil. It's very hard to explain the devil path because I didn't complete the game or go far in the level progression with the devil path. As a devil, you can make decrees, create house hills, and authority that help you and your team out. You also get some of the abilities from the previous mythic paths you had, so for me, it'd be things from the Aeon path. I do plan to beat the game on that mythic path, and we'll make a video on it. So I might have lied and said I only played 3 mythic paths, because I remember the mythic path I chose for my shifter was the mythic path we will talk about, which is the demon path. The only reason I decided to play it was because of the demon claws, since the shifter used claws, so I believe that we go hand in hand, but don't really know if it worked, and it's a path I have yet to beat the game with. Story-wise, the demon path can be included in a lot of dialogue choices. There's a good amount of companions because it is an evil path. Get a demonic rage ability, which is why I believe it would go well with shifter, but it seems like they offer a good amount of spells, so that means it would be better as a caster. You also gain aspects of other demons that you can give boosts to your stats or help you in some type of way. A lot of the abilities seem like it wants it to be more of a strength-based path like a barbarian because of rage and charge, but has spells for ranged combat. Fun path overall, depending on what class you decide to play with. I feel like I should state this early on because of the fact that I have some more paths to talk about. Not every mythic path will mesh with your class and how you play, which truthfully is fine. It will add something to it that your class won't have without you multi-classing another class, which requires you to meet the stat requirements to even play it. But depending on your playstyle, it might just add things that you may never use. Let's say you pick Demon as a barbarian. You already have Rage. Adding another mage that adds more things as you level up to the path. Demon Claws wouldn't be to your benefit because your weapons would scale better, and the claws and all the spells you would get wouldn't help you since your intelligence wouldn't be high, so the damage wouldn't be great. So less benefits when it comes to spell aspect, but the demonic rage be the best benefit from it all. From this point on, I don't know anything about the mythic paths besides on how to get them, and the next one we would talk about is the Lich path. You gotta be neutral or evil, or I would assume anything on the evil line. If you don't know what a Lich is a god of the undead. Usually a strong wizard that summons lesser undead to the point that they are their own army. Most undead are unkillable unless you kill their phylactery. The game, the Lich Mythic Path, works best with spellcasters. You get some unlikely companions because of your path. Like I said earlier, you get your own phylactery. Not going to explain how, but every Lich has one. The path gives you strong undead summons the more you level it, as well as different spells that complement spellcast. I do like the idea of this path, besides having to lose some good companions. For their loss, you get summons and other companions, which equals out. Next path is the basic of basics, which is the Angel Mythic Path, which you need lawful good or any good to acquire. It's a path that seems like a dream for any paladin to pick up. It isn't one I'd ever decide to do since it felt cookie cutter, and also I'd never try to place on anything that is ever good in any aspect. You go chaotic or neutral because I can do a lot being true neutral. I can choose the most fun option as chaotic. You get a good amount of summons like the Demon Path, and also get certain things to prove your divinity. Just like most paladins, you get skills for holy damage and also holy skills to help out your party. Sticking with this path is the Holy Commander of the Heaven. If I play the paladin, I'd probably play this path since it complements it pretty well, or any melee class. Now, the one I forget every time, and the one I've debated running because of what you can become by choosing it, but deciding against it, the Golden Dragon. There's a ton of things you have to do in order to get this form, so you will most likely have a different mythic path before getting the Golden Dragon path. What are the benefits of the Golden Dragon path? Well, turn into a Golden Dragon and get all the benefits of it. So get ready to wait a while till you are able to get your form. I would play this path if it didn't take forever to get, to be able to get the path, and I would probably be happy with the previous path I had. Let's talk about probably the most fun path that is Chaos itself. That would be the Trickster Mythic Path. When I first learned about this path, I thought it'd be perfect to play it with a rogue, since trickery is sometimes a rogue's bread and butter. A lot of tricksters summon a mostly dex-based characters that'll help you in battle for our 1 minute of combat. Trickster path also gives you an enhanced sneak attack and other things that'll help your rogue. Plus character out in 60 situations that include spells. Like I said earlier, if I were to play a rogue, I'd definitely pick Trickster over any other mythic path. Probably one of the weirder paths that came out of this game. The Swarm that walks is one of the mythic paths that makes everyone leave. There's no need for anyone when you have the Swarm, which is the whole point. The bigger the swarm gets, the stronger you get, which means your power is defined, size of your swarm. The point is grow your swarm as much as possible so you can survive, and also kill everyone in your path. Evil path and everyone in the way is food for your swarm. So devour everything and feast so you will grow because your swarm can't grow without it. I don't know if I go this path since it's such a lonely path, but you do have friends since the form is your family and it is always with you. I also feel story-wise this would be very interesting. Last path, and the one that is offered probably the latest, is the Legend Mythic Path, which has you abandoning your Mythic Path powers, but you gain legendary powers because of it. The benefits you gain is level 40 Mythic Path, plus 4 to all ability scores. Cap it off, you also have a big corruption resistance, and only downside is that you lose majority of your mythic abilities. The Golden Dragon Mythic Path is pretty much late game, so I don't know if anyone would be up to waiting forever to get a Mythic Path, essentially. Especially if they were already playing a different path. You also have to get rid of all your mythic abilities and have to use your own strength to progress from now on. Again, I haven't played this path, so I have no idea. If the information I stated about this path is right, I wouldn't try this path unless I plan to make a video on it. This might be my next thing, so I can talk about all these paths in full previous playthrough to show it in the video. I don't think I actually looked at what all the paths fully offered until I decided to make the video of Wrath of the Righteous, which is pure madness. I do love that visually you can see the changes the path does to you, because a lot of them will change what you look like. Main reason I chose Azado is because you came in Fae, and also because of the companion you got. I feel like the companion you got was the main reason, but I digress. The best part of these mixed paths are that you also get stories that go along with them. Also meet some very interesting companions. Of the ones I haven't played yet, I would like to see played out. A Swarm that walks, because it would be interesting to see how being alone in the world like Wrath of the Righteous would be. Lich would be fun as well to run around as the most powerful necromancer one could be. Last one would be Golden Dragon, because Dragon, that's all. That is all. Hopefully I'll have time in the future to showcase these paths in the video on their own. I feel like they deserve it. Anyways, I'm going to be off to enjoy life. I hope you all do so as well. My name is Only the Incubus. I'll see you all next week. Later days. Shake my head, shake my head, shake my head, shake my head.